I just got another question if it's possible to release your tracks on Spotify without a label.
It's kind of like all of it is, it's not one more than the other.
Today I got great news and actually quite bad news. The bad news, I recorded an entire vlog up until now. It's now almost already time to leave the studio again. I did a recording session with a singer and songwriter, not here in my studio, in someone else's studio that we specially just rented to record. And everything went fine. But then the owner of the studio showed up, saw me filming and just asked me not to publish it on YouTube. He doesn't want other people to see what equipment he has. He doesn't want other people to know where his studio is located. So I can't use any of the footage. These are the bad news. And the good news are that we actually made a really nice track with really good vocals, good lyrics, the instrumental, the musical stuff. Everything is done, and in the next couple of days I will start working, doing the mixing and the sound design on the track. I just might have to wait a couple more days until I get everything sorted out with the singer and songwriter. I need his signature to even be able to show you what I'm doing to the track on YouTube, and also to make sure that he doesn't change his mind in a couple of weeks when I'm all done with the track. This happened on actually the last recording session that I had. I even had to delete the YouTube videos that I did, which, yeah. So let me just grab the laptop and do the next edition of Q&A. I just need some energy. I think the battery of my computer is dying. It's getting old, and it says, please replace the battery. First one is, can you promote my band music? We're a new band. No, sorry, I can't. Could I have the acoustic foam? Yes, you can have it. If anybody of you is interested in the acoustic foam that is down in the cellar, just write me an email. I will get in touch with you. You can have it for free. You just have to pick it up yourself. Are there really AirPods in the present? Where are they? Yes, AirPods. I have to say the sound quality isn't the best, but these are by far the most convenient headphones. I'm still testing them, and I will do a full proper review in a couple of days. Any chance we can see a blank version of that contract you signed, the one I signed with the singer and songwriter? I unfortunately can't share them with you because I paid a lawyer to make them just for me. But just search for artists or release of artist rights. That's the kind of contract you need. And there are some templates online you can use. Could you list some of the labels you would recommend for deep house with female vocals? Just try to find tracks that are similar to yours and then find the label that released them and get in touch with them. That's probably the easiest way to find labels that fit to the style of your music. You could also check out Resident Advisor. It's a website that lists a lot of labels, or just search for top 100 deep house labels. I'm pretty sure you will find a web page with all of them listed. Should the remix be an MP3 or WAV file? I think this doesn't really matter. The second you upload it to SoundCloud, it gets converted into an MP3. And that's all fine for me to listen to it and for all of the other people. By the way, the remix contest is just running, I think, 10 more days. So if you want to start, you should probably start right now. I will put the link down below where you can just get the stems and start remixing. We got a whole lot of really nice comments for our carnival outfits. And I think I won. But someone told me I should let Vanessa win if I know what's good for me. So Vanessa won. Which type of absorbers are you using to record vocals? I think I already mentioned it, but everything around me is just absorption. These are IKEA bookshelves. I filled them with a special rock wool absorbing material, and it works really great for recording vocals. It's really this thick, I think like 18 to 20 centimeters, and it absorbs entirely the human voice without a problem. These are actually made for absorbing really up to the low frequencies. What should I do to promote my music? Meet and connect with the right people. Yes, connecting is really important. I talked about it in my moving to Berlin vlog. Connecting is important, and I think the other part is connecting online and also taking care of all of your social media, as I explained in the video from I think 2 days ago. When can we expect a volume 2 of the Jon Sine Sounds and Sample Pack? Very soon. First the remix contest, then the release of the beginning of the end track, and then there will be probably a volume 2 of the pack. If you still haven't downloaded volume 1, I will include down below the link where you can get the entire package for free with a lot of kick and other one-shot samples, as well as some presets for the Serum Synth. You should do a live session very soon. I'd love to do some live sessions, from mixing here in the studio and also doing track submits live, but the internet here in the studio is just way too weak. I tried it, it's not working, so I can either do it at home, which is a bit pointless without the big speakers, so yeah, I might just have to get better internet for the studio. Can common persons upload songs on Spotify? No, unfortunately not. You will have to have a distributor in between. It's more working like back in the days when you had physical releases on CD and vinyl. You need someone distributing the track to all of these online stores, so you can either open up your own label, search for a distributor and release it this way, but it's a whole lot of work, and if you do it yourself, you also need to have the connections to do it, you need to have the promotional value, and don't underestimate running your own label. Or you could just go with some of those online services that are kind of a collective label distributor taking care of just making it possible for you to release your tracks on Spotify. I think one of them is called DistroKid and another is CD Baby or so. So just Google for it, you will find it. And I think you can get your track released this way the easiest. Can you please show how many tracks of pads, basses, synths, vocals you have per track? If I layer a lot of basses and synths, I usually don't layer a whole lot. I prefer finding a bass that just works on its own, and only if it's really necessary I will layer it, but usually I try to keep my projects as clean as possible. This way it's easier to mix them, and this way I'm making sure I put more effort into the sound design, because that's something a lot of people underestimate. A track that just sounds fat usually consists of a lot of sounds that actually sound fat. So if you have a nice bass synthy sound, just go with it and don't try to layer it. Usually the layered frequencies will mask each other and cancel each other out, so you end up with a mix that might be a lot messier than without it. I mean, just go into your current project and solo the kick, the bass and your main synthy. You will immediately hear it sounds a lot cleaner without all of the other elements. So it's really about balancing them and getting the right amount at the right time in the track. And if you're really interested on how many tracks I use on one of my songs, I think for the last one, for the Rising one, I made an entire making of Rising video where I showed you the entire project, each individual track and what I did with it, so I think this will answer your question. Which city in Germany other than Berlin has the biggest electronic music scene? I don't know, it's actually Berlin and then nothing basically. I'd maybe say Hamburg or Cologne. Jacob is asking something interesting. He wants to know if it's better to use good stereo headphones or using speakers in a room that is not acoustically treated. I mean, this of course depends on the headphones and the room and how bad the room actually is. In this case, I think kind of go in between and use the headphones for getting the balance right, and use the speakers to get the reverbs right, and also to just get the stereo image right. That's really hard to do with headphones. I think the last one for today is by Joshua. He's asking me if he can upload the Dawning remix on SoundCloud if he doesn't manage to submit it in time. Yes, feel free to upload it there. I don't have a problem with it, but maybe just try to get it all done. You have really just 10 more days. This should be enough to get it all done. I wish everyone that is working on the remix now a whole lot of luck, and for me it's just time to head back home, enjoy the rest of the evening. Probably just playing a whole lot more of Zelda with Vanessa. She's now completely addicted. How can I install Logic on my new notebook for Windows? No.